One quick way to memorize the formula of the Manhattan, it's the same as the area code for Manhattan, 212. When we think about the family of Martini and Manhattan cocktails, the Manhattan is the one that comes first. And what really makes this family come into being is the introduction of a European ingredient, vermouth, originally from Italy. And the Manhattan started in the 1870s, according to the story, at the Manhattan Club in New York. And there are a lot of stories of lore about the Manhattan cocktail and its origins. Like one talks about when the Manhattan Club was in the home of Jenny Jerome. And they had this party to celebrate Democratic Governor of New York, Samuel J. Tilden. The problem with that story is that Jerome was not present the day of this party because she was in Great Britain giving birth to her son, Winston Churchill. The other issue with that story is that the Manhattan Club was not meeting at the Jerome Mansion until decades later. So while it makes a great story, it doesn't hold up necessarily with the evidence. But what the evidence does show is that the Manhattan was likely a product of the organization, the Manhattan Club. So let me show you how to make one. We're going to start with rye whiskey. So a lot of the early recipes weren't super specific on this. So some people prefer their Manhattans with bourbon. I prefer to stick with rye. However, rye has a more like baking spice forward profile to it. Whereas bourbon with those vanilla and caramel notes, when you add the sweet vermouth to it, it's like you're doubling down on the sweet, whereas the rye provides a nice contrast. So I added 2 ounces of the rye whiskey. Now I'm going to add 1 ounce of the sweet vermouth. And of course, to be historically accurate, you would want to use an Italian sweet vermouth. So I'm using Carpano Classico, one of the long-standing brands. And then finally, we're going to add 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. And one quick way to memorize the formula of the Manhattan, it's the same as the area code for Manhattan, 212. 2 ounces rye whiskey, 1 ounce sweet vermouth, 2 dashes Angostura bitters.